Welcome to Framework Fortune and welcome back Framework Fortune community. I'm your host Ben and we've got our co-host Hal in the building. What's going on this lovely Saturday evening, Hal?
Just chilling, did some studying on some charts today and hoping to come back to next week without the market crashing.
Yep, and speaking of the market crashing, it's going to be pretty interesting. We're going to dive into the SPY here and then get into the weekend swing trade watch list. We have a whole new list of stocks. If you haven't yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button and go also check out HHTrader channel, link in the description, and subscribe there too, as we're both putting out content across channels and doing daily live stream trades in the mornings. Let's dive in. The SPY rebounded some on Friday, yesterday, but it rebounded to the 10-day and was rejected. That looks pretty bearish to me still.
I think what this was a fake out.
Yeah.
And I don't mean for the longs. I mean for the shorts.
Yeah.
Because if you look on that last little level that we said it needed to break, I think it was a 430 or what's the bottom of that red candle?
Yeah, 433.
Yeah, so the 430-ish, a good break of that 430. So it went down there, and what I guarantee you what it was down there was a bunch of buy orders on that breakdown.
Yeah.
And it popped back up. It popped back up for just a quick little, short squeeze. But I am feeling like it is a long trap.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it on the daily chart on the 5-minute, you can see it's almost a V shape that they had right there. It just almost looks like maybe some money was getting pumped back in here.
No, that's some shorts covering, a lot of them covering. After that big move down on that red candle, I guarantee you, some people, options and shorts and all those people, they were diving out.
Oh, yeah, because that's 431 down to 427. $4 drop in the morning on the SPY. I don't... It doesn't look like it's going to change. I've not seen anything that makes me think otherwise, but we'll see. It looks like a peak of a house now. So, actually, you can see it there. Let me remove this. This is a head and shoulders pattern. There's your head, shoulder, shoulder. So, yeah, we're about to dump hard if this shoulder finishes. That crack of 425 right here. That'll be the rest of the shoulder.
Man, do I want to start trading options on the SPY?
Yeah, it's going to get volatile. Like, we're going to crash, but it's going to be volatile. There's going to be days where we're going to see the SPY jump back up $4 or $5, and then the next day gap down, drop some more. It's going to be wild. Like, this is the point where I would say to buckle up and get ready. Now, for some reason, we rebound on Monday and continue to rebound this week, then, the Feds have done it again, and they've held the market up once again, but that does not look like the case at all. So Friday, you didn't trade too much. You took, one trade or something?
Took 2 trades, man, and got stopped out, playing around with BMRA, and it just didn't treat me right. I knew it had a shelf registration. I knew it was bad news bears, but I was like, man, you know what? This thing could definitely rip. Now, it did give me a little bit of winnings. I did not trade it in the morning because it was just everything was kind of dumping and doing weird things.
Yeah, I got ate up on it right there.
Yeah, I came in here in the afternoon after this little dip down in here. Not that one. This one. Yeah, I got in right on this red candle here, on that little red candle. And rode it up quite a bit. I was green, and I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to continue moving my stop up. So I set my stop out right on the bottom of this candle. I said, well, if it breaks the bottom of this candle, I'll just be out. And so the next candle went back green, and then the next candle took a jump up there. I was like, all right, this is looking real good right here. And it came and cracked that bottom and got me out right there.
Yeah, man, the market maker had to get you.
Yep. And then I took another trade on it. It came and got me out. It did this next little red little candle. And I was like, all right, well, let me just see some strength. So I was waiting for this green candle right here with the little wick to close. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to enter above this. So I entered back in there looking for the break of that 625 was green on the day. If it would have broken 625.
Yep.
So I got back in there and I put my stop below that green candle.
You definitely got stopped out somewhere in there.
Stopped out. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that was the bigger loss. The first one was a green stop out, very small green, and then that second one was about a $9 loss. So it was like a $7 loss between the two.
this is what's going to happen too. As the SPY gets more volatile, all the stocks are get more volatile. And low floats, the stocks we trade, the small cap low floats, are already normally volatile, so they're going to be like 5x volatile. Like they're going to get crazy, and they're going to have these wild wicks down and huge wicks up. And this is just the 5 minute chart we're looking at. You got to be locking out profits when you got them quick. You don't want to be sitting in the market for very long during these times. And as I'm saying that, I am swinging BMRA into Monday morning, and I am sweating bullets about it. After my first loss, that quick little trade I took there where it just came right back down, I bought some at the bottom. So I got an average of 605, which is not terrible. And I got busy. I did see it popped up here to 650, and I was like, oh, it's consolidating. I'm going to just keep holding it. It looks like it'll try to test that high, but it didn't. So and after hours, I was looking to start locking things out. And I just was like, man, I'll just hold it in this wedge. I'll take the gamble on it because it closed at 602. I'm in at 605. So as long as it doesn't gap down Monday.
Big shelf. So we'll see.
Yeah, I didn't know they had a shelf when you said that.
Yeah, anytime I keep my stops stupid tight on a stock, it's probably because it got a shelf.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I will not, because with slippage and everything, we saw what happened with PLAT or PALT or whatever it was with that drop, man. That with slippage involved, man, that drop could have been horrendous.
Yeah, it got me a little bit. That was the other trade I took. And I think that there might have been another trade, but I actually traded this one twice. You see, I got in on that green candle, 20 shares at 13.12, because this was looking like a nice breakout, you know. It even pushed over a pre-market high. So I got in there for the break of pre-market high, and it got up to 13.50, and then that nasty dump happened.
Could you go to the 15-minute on this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 15.
So this is what I was watching on the 15-minute. I saw it come up, and I saw it kind of base out here. I was like, all right, well, maybe this 15-minute will act right. The problem that I had with this is it moved too far too fast off the bottom. That thing ripped from 11 somewhere, whatever that bottom was, all the way up to the 13. Yeah. And so I said, all right, I'm going to be patient with this thing, and I want to see it hold up the pre-market high on the 15-minute. So I put a support line across there, and I want to see it hold around that support line. It could not do it for anything. And so it blasted down, and I was not in it.
I got too impatient. I hopped in there without the confirmation.
Yeah.
And it cost me, and then I did get back in again here off of this sell-off because I thought, well, this thing just sold off from 13 all the way down to 10.50, and it's now starting to show a little green, so I hopped in there, and then it just continued to sell off, so I ate that loss too. I mean, I had a nice week last week, got back green on the account. Now, like I said, down probably about 350-ish on this week. And we'll see what happens with BMRA. I may get destroyed for more. I'm going to go into bearish market mode and try to be more robotic, and I'm going to try. I'll always try, guys. Give me a break. But anyway, let's hop into the swing trade list here. So the first one we got on the list is AINC, and this one I picked out because I like this trend line that it's on. It just confirmed this upward trend line and that bounce off of the 200-day. And it's getting close to 10-day to cross over the 50. And it did just go on a very nice run. It ran from $12, the last bounce off the trend line, up to $28. So at $12 is a pretty cheap price for this, considering. And with it confirming that trend line, I think we could see some push out of it. Only $3 million in float and pretty low market cap.
What's the range on the candles?
So Friday it went from 1475 to 1564.
Oh, yeah. Nice little bumper.
Yeah, all these candles are at least $1 move. See, this little red guy's the smallest, 1475, 1521. So even on a small day, it still dropped 50 cents. So yeah, it moves at least 50 cents a day, one way or the other. So yeah, this is a very volatile and very low float, but that uptrend being confirmed right there looks really good.
I
So
would
I
like it
think
to form a triple bottom there on that, because it's already looks like it's tested around the same level of the 13 multiple times. Looks like what's that on the trend line? 1320. So
yeah.
maybe around that 1350. What was that previous low up there?
Oh,
Yeah, 13 14.
1425.
Yeah, it's gonna have to kind of start getting that 1425 kind of in there. I think it's good for maybe a double bottom or even a inverse head and shoulders.
It could be. As I'm saying, it has a good chart pattern and it's uptrending. Even with the market drop, it actually was not affected that much either. Because last week we saw the market sell off every day but Friday, and it actually went against the markets. Looks like they're rebranded just now, and they also have earnings going to probably come out Monday. Just in August alone, they announced a new expansion in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Okay, so yeah, we got plenty of catalyst. Next was PSHG.
Yep, another one of your babies.
Yeah, I picked this one again. This is a shipping company, I'm pretty sure. Yep, this is Performance Shipping. So with all the shortages and everything going on, shipping has slowed down because they don't have anything to ship. But as soon as all that opens, and you can already see buying is starting to come back in here, as we just broke this downtrend the last 3 days, I think we're going to see momentum come into the shipping stocks. And they normally get hot around this time of year anyway because of Christmas. But this is a perfect, beautiful triangle wedge breakout that's just starting. It actually confirmed it. It broke out, pulled back, and then Friday confirmed the breakout. CRT may or may not be a decent swing at the moment, but I like it because it pays a monthly dividend. And at this price, you're getting a monthly dividend. The last month it paid out 16 cents. And it's a $14 stock right now. So that's a pretty decent dividend yield, and it's been on this nice uptrend. Not affected by the drop too much. It did have a drop this week a little bit. So if the market continues to drop, we could see it down to the trend line again, but I would like it down at the trend line. So I think it's one just to keep an eye on, especially if you're looking for nice paying dividend stocks. Monthly payment dividend stocks are rare. There's not a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
And all of these are low float. The highest one we have on this list is 43 million in shares. So NRT, this one you picked out, and we definitely have a nice uptrend there.
I liked it because it's on the oil news. It's also looking like it wants to kind of give a little bit of consolidation. So I would like to see it come down a little bit. It's $10, has a lot of potential behind it, and it's got a dividend.
Yeah, it looks like they're paying a quarterly dividend.
Mm-hmm.
And it's went up as the prices went up. So the last quarter here, the most recent one in August, was 15 cents. So that's a pretty nice dividend. And we've seen oil running, so with inflation and everything going on, I still expect oil and other commodities to keep pushing up. I think that's a pretty good pick.
It's already been on the run, but definitely keep a watch on it.
Then we got RFIL.
This is another one of mine.
Another nice uptrend.
Yeah, so I like the uptrend, and it has had sales growth over the last couple of quarters. It had some good support, and it has a good trend, but it's also working its way up to the top of this edge, the trend. And I was like, maybe that can break out. I don't know. But I would like it to continue this trend. It has a lot of potential. It doesn't have a lot of pops, but it does have a lot of grinding up where it just works its way, methodically upwards.
It just confirmed this. Like, I even got a little almost double bottom bounce off of this trend line. But you can see what the tops of that is. It's in this little triangle of consolidation, this little wedge. So that could very well break out this week. If it starts to break out, I'd definitely want to keep an eye on. It's a little, like you said, it's not a huge ripper. It's had some nice rips before, but it likes to slowly grind. But very low float. It hadn't really got a lot of volume. So if like 1 million in volume comes in, it absolutely could pop. So then we got VOC.
That's another one of mine.
It looks like it just cracked below this trend line, but it's trying to get back on the trend line.
I saw the test at the 5, and $5 is where a lot of people are willing to really buy. I was like, okay, well, it just tested this trend line to the upside. I wanted to see a bottom on this and a retest. One more test, I believe, 3 times the charm. It could definitely get through that 5.
Yeah, it got hung up at 5 all through there in that last little push
And
up.
slowly making those higher lows. You can see the red
Mm-hmm.
candle down here looks like the 373 or what is that 340, and then
340.
another one.
Yeah, it bounced off the 200 really nicely and then bounced off again. So
Yeah, so
yeah,
it's getting those tighter ranges up to the top of that trend.
yeah, it definitely could start going again. And you do have support at the 50-day. Yeah, right around 435. You can see right at the cross back here. There's a little high, there's little peaks up. So you got that and the 50-day at the same place. So yeah, there's pretty good support under it too.
Yeah.
And that's an energy stock. We know energy stocks are hot. They haven't had any PR lately, so they're about due. Wait a minute. What is this? So they're starting to pay out dividends.
Yeah.
They are being profitable, so they're giving it back to the shareholders. And then finally, we got ARC, and that's on an uptrend too. And that uptrend's just running with that 200-day. Another dividend paying stock. But I mean, $3. The last dividend they paid out, or they're going to pay out, is 2 cents. So you can get a lot of shares of this. It's been on this nice uptrend. I would like to see it pull back to the trend line, but it may try to hold the 50-day and retest 3. And last time it broke 3, it made a new high at 343. So if we retest 3, I think we could at least get 50 cents out of it and maybe more if it breaks 350. But it's been on a nice uptrend building up to that 350, especially the last couple of months. So it says it's an industrial stock. We've seen industrial stocks running too with some of the oil. Could see those continue to climb. This one's been climbing anyway. But did get 100,000 in volume on Friday, one of the highest on the list besides NRT. Now it is getting drugged down its price, which we don't know whether this is from it hitting a high or the SPY pulling it down. More than likely a mixture of both. So if the SPY drops, it could drop. Maybe one that gets drugged down pretty hard. But that may be a buying opportunity. So we'll see. This one's going to depend on the SPY, but I like the rest of the list. I think we definitely got a good list for this week. Got some dividend stocks in there, but all of these very low float, low market cap. Hal can explain why it's important to have low float and low market cap. And then we'll call it a day.
Shares float. We like to see those floats getting cycled through, especially when they're low floats. So if the float's like, let's say 5 million, we want to at least see some of that float get cycled through, maybe 1 million shares. But the lower the float, the lower the cycle amount that has to go through. Now, there is a point where a stock or ticker is overtraded. So let's say if it's 5 million and it's been cycled through 100 million times, that thing has seen some work. Yeah. And so a lot of times when we get to that point, we want to be done with our trading before it gets too overtraded. Why is it so dangerous to trade an overtraded stock? Well, one, you have huge short positions that can come in on you because everybody's watching all the shorts. You may have a shorter in there that's using $1 million account, 2 million, 3 million, even bigger. And they're dropping big shorts, which are causing big drops. But you also could have long positions in there. But as we know with these penny stocks, we're already in the trash can. So the shorts automatically have the upside, automatically have the winning position in the penny stocks, unless there is a major catalyst that's going to keep this thing pushing. Mm-hmm. And in that, it's very hard to get those good entries because you get shaken out real quick with all those big shorts and big longs pushing the price around. Yeah. But anyway, to market cap, pretty much the higher the market cap, the more total capital it's going to take to push the price. So this is why we trade small caps, because they're so easy to push around. They're so volatile, but they are very dangerous. The lower the market cap comes down, the more movement or the bigger the range is on that specific ticker. I think it's called ATR, average true range, I believe it is. How much movement it can get within a specific time period, whether it's a day, 15 minutes, whatever that range is that it can get. The lower the market cap, the bigger the range. Now, sometimes we see low market caps and very little range. And you may wonder, why is that? Why did that happen? Why is it so small? You may want to go and check that small cap to see if it has shelf registrations, or if it's only being pushed by like a select group of people, like Wall Street Bets or something like that. Why is it not getting the range that it should be getting with a low market cap and a low float? You got to ask those questions. Why this should be getting up? This should be making these moves. I've seen this happen before, but I guess that comes with watching the market as well.
Very well said. So that's it for the hybrid last rip weekend swing episode. We'll be back Monday for some more live stream day trading. Of course, I will be gone October 6th through October 16th, so I don't know how much I'll be able to live stream during that time, but Hal will be here for most of the time on the HHTrader channel. Go join him. Go troll him. Trolls, you can go troll him for once. Appreciate everybody joining us as always. Stay safe out there. Until next time.